is we do our Pledge of Allegiance. I guess we don't have a flag, we just stand up and.
Lisa will put a flag on the screen and you can stand where you are and do the pledge.
Oh, we can sit, okay. It's. There we are. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, next thing is roll call.
All right. I think this commission likes to go through by name. So we have Arthur Ebright.
Here.
William Devereaux.
Here.
Liliana Ramos.
Here.
Bruce Choi is absent. Jarl Travis.
Here.
Roque Lalama. Victorino Monzon. And he just chatted. He's here, but he's having audio, so that's all right. And Ronaldo Lingad.
Here.
Great.
And do we need to set any alternates?
Yes, Chair, we can go ahead and seat Ronaldo Lingad for Bruce Choi.
Okay.
So, sir, this is your first meeting and you are a voting member tonight. So congratulations and have fun.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, next thing on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Okay. Second,
I'll second the motion.
thank you.
I'm
And
gonna do an all those in favor, Liliana.
thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and then because we're on Zoom, we do a roll call for our votes. So what you'll do, Chair Ramos, is just call names and then they can verbally say aye as
Okay. And
well. You can
I'll
go
just
through
go
the
the way
square.
my screen is showing.
Exactly.
So Darl Travis,
Here.
they say aye or no?
Your name.
Oh, aye.
Aye, okay, perfect. William Devereaux,
Aye.
Art Ebright,
Aye.
Ronaldo Lingad.
I don't know what we're saying right now. I mean,
We're approving the agenda as it is, and you just say aye or nay if you're in favor. Okay, perfect. Victorino Monzon. You can just go or
You put it in the
Okay.
chat as aye.
perfect. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, and I think we got everybody. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. Do we have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you. And second?
Second.
Second, thank you. Okay, now we'll go through the roll
All
call.
in favor?
Oh, all in favor, thank you.
Aye.
And then we'll go through the roll call. Darrell,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Art,
Aye.
Ronaldo,
Aye.
and Victorino. Okay, great.
All right.
Thank you. Public forum, I guess I read this statement.
Yes.
Okay. Those interested are invited to address the commission on any subject not on the agenda orally via Zoom webinar. Speakers may provide their name and city of residence for the record, and comments may be limited to 3 minutes or less. As an item not listed on the agenda, No response is required of the commission or staff. However, commission members may request staff to add the item to future meeting agenda. This public meeting will be led with professionalism, respect, and civility, so profanity and/or vulgar language will not be allowed. Do we have anybody for the public forum?
We do have an attendee, however, their hand is not raised, so I will take that as a sign as there's no one here
Okay.
to speak during public forum.
Okay, great. Okay. So the next item is announcements and correspondence. We have a lot of new commissioners. So I was wondering if we could just go around and do a quick introduction, name, service that you were in, if and the time you served, and any why you, and we'll just welcome you. Okay, I'll start to give an example. My name's Liliana. I was in the active duty Air Force and active duty Guard. I served from 1975 to 2008. Let me see. Art, would you like to go next?
My name is Art Ebright. I'm a Navy veteran of 23 years from 1959 to 1982.
Thank you. Bill,
Bill Devereaux, U.S. Air Force, 1963 to 1967.
Darrell,
U.S. Army, 1953 to 1955.
thank you. Ronaldo,
U.S. Marine, 1975 to 77. United States Navy, 1977 to 1980.
great. Welcome to your first meeting.
Thank you.
And Victorino, do you want to just put on the chat? Or did you already? Perfect. U.S. Navy, 24 years, 16 years at Moffett Field, 1978 to 1994. Thank you.
And then Chair Ramos, I know our mayor spent some time in service. If you'd like to share as well, Mayor.
Yes.
Yes, United States Air National Guard 129th Rescue Wing, also at Moffett Field, 2014 to 2020, and now here, proudly part of this commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. And thank you, everybody, for your service and for being part of the commission. Appreciate it. Does anybody have any announcements or correspondence?
Staff can make their announcements later on the agenda.
Okay, sounds good. And then I just wanted to make it one comment. I know that, and tell me if I'm, at the last meeting, there was some mention about associations, military organizations. And I know that I've been passionate about that for many years. And Art actually told me about an American Legion that's close by, 858. And I don't know, Art, if you wanted to say something about 858.
Well, yeah, there's a American Legion Post 858 over by Piedmont High School. And if you've become acquainted with them, I think Bill Devereaux is a member of the post also.
Oh, okay, great.
It's a relatively new post. It's only been around for about 6 or 7 years. That's about it.
Yeah.
If anybody is interested in joining, they can contact me.
And the only reason I mentioned that is because a lot of times information for veterans and military people come through these organizations. So if anybody is a member of any of those organizations, what American Legion, whatever it is, there's a whole bunch of alphabet soup organizations that if you get information from them, please bring it and share so that we can share it with our vets and our military.
They have a lot of information in their magazine that they send out if you're a member.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
Chair,
thanks.
if you'd like, we can agendize this topic of linking services for our resident veterans on your Veterans Commission page. So we'd be happy to agendize that, and then you guys can make motions to add that information. And then if you are out in the community, you can point people to the website, and then it's a cache of information that people can just click on and click through to make sure they get the services that they need and the benefits.
Oh,
So,
that'll be great. Thank
okay,
you.
we'll take care of that for your next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Now on to business items. Veteran of the Year. The background is each year the Veterans Commission accepts nomination forms for the Veteran of the Year. At past meetings, the Veterans Commission has discussed updating the application, making sure that the SF 180 information has been submitted. Staff received commission direction to apply the approved changes, move forward with the revised nomination form, and report back on how information along with the revised form has been shared with the general public. Recommendation, staff recommends that the Veterans Commission receive report from Staff Liaison Ciardella on the progress made regarding the Veteran of the Year 2021 nomination process, and for commission to discuss next steps.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I'm going to do a quick little lead in, and I'm going to turn it over to Lisa. So she's going to share the application on her screen right now with everyone. Might be the first time they've seen it for a couple of our new commissioners. So annually, you guys hold a Veteran of the Year. It's a nomination-based award that is typically handed out at the Veterans Annual Lunch. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we weren't able to do that this past year, excuse me. But we know that in past years, the nomination frequency has declined. So what we're going to do this year is a robust marketing effort, which Lisa's going to outline to get this out into the community. And then there's a creative solution from American Community Services staff to make it even easier on the public to submit the nomination form. So I'll turn it over to Lisa to go through with the commission.
Okay, thank you, Renee. So first part of this, I'd like to make sure we have all the changes that you have requested, that they're on the form. We'll note any additional changes if there are any. And our ways to market, we're planning on social media, on the Veterans webpage, email direct to Veterans email that we have on file. We can do an ad in the Milpitas Post, and we can also do e-blast to our recreation software, everybody that's in our software program that we have, which is quite extensive. So we can also blast it to them. We can also turn this form into, so right now they would have to fill out the form and either scan it and email it back to us or mail it through postal mail. And what we would like to do is turn it into an electronic form that we could have linked on the webpage. And people can just go ahead, pull up the form, fill in everything. It would just be they'd be able to fill it in on the website and then submit it straight from there, rather than having to, they could still have the option of doing the paper copy or scan it, but we thought it might be helpful if they can just submit it directly online. So those were our ideas of marketing it and getting it out to the community and making it easier for the community to do it. Now, is there any changes any other changes that you had to the form?
It's Bill Devereaux on DD 214 or equivalent submitted photocopy. How is that going to be handled if you do the electronic submission?
They can typically upload the photocopy onto the submission, so they can basically paperclip virtually an attachment. So we would get that through the email, come through an attachment.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
question, just because the DD 214 has our social security numbers on it, will
Mhm.
it be like as a secure way of doing that?
Yeah, so it'll come through the city's email. We can also suggest that they redact those numbers. So on the online instructions, we can just ask them to redact the social security. I don't
Okay.
think we need that. We don't check it when they submit it anyway. So we don't want to be handling sensitive, information.
Okay.
We can ask that they do that. And then just as part of our process is that we would delete that attachment, or if we received it as a hard copy, we would shred it.
Thank you. Art, you were also involved in this. Did you have anything? Weren't you part of the subcommittee?
Well, I think the big item on there is the DD 214. That has just about everything on it you need.
Okay.
Are there any other areas that the commission suggests that we promote, perhaps at any of the VA offices or Legion offices that you just mentioned? Would that be of assistance just to get the word out about this award? Is that appropriate to send that or?
Well, a problem you might have is if you send it out, you might end up getting a lot of applications from veterans that aren't living in Milpitas.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a concern. Yeah. Okay. Thank you though for offering.
So I think the best way to go is to notify all the people on our mailing list and send it out that way. It would even be nice to send a copy of it. That way they don't have to look for it. Make it easy for them.
Exactly.
Sometimes it can get a little daunting to get on the website and try to locate a particular item.
That's very true. Well, we'll make it easy for them no matter how or in whatever way they want to submit a nomination.
Okay.
And then we have a couple little housekeeping edits at the bottom of the form on switching everything over to Lisa. So we'll take care of that. But if there's no other changes to the form or the nomination, if you will, then the motion to approve it and send it out, and we will take care of it.
Sounds good. So I guess we'll call a motion to approve. Does somebody want to make that motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the Veterans of the Year form as we see it right now.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Second.
Perfect. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
And we'll go through the thing. Darrell,
Aye.
Art,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Ronaldo, and Victorino.
Aye.
Oh, okay, got your sound.
Sure.
Got my audio working.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. And next on the agenda is Adopt a Vet program. The background is, as per the Veterans Commission work plan, Adopt a Vet is a standing item. The concept of the Adopt a Vet program was brought up by past Commissioner Denny Weisgerber and voted on by the Veterans Commission to move forward. The concept of the program was for veterans to make contact with Milpitas elementary schools, and the veterans would visit classrooms throughout the school year to share stories, read to the classes, and bring opportunities for the younger generation to understand what being a veteran is. During the Commission's February 3rd, 2021 meeting, consensus was made to continue the program, starting with the Commission making contact with the Milpitas Unified School District, MUSD, to explore ways in reintroducing the program in a remote learning environment. Recommendation: discuss this item along with progress communications with MUSD and propose adding this item to the FY 21-22 work plan for implementation during the corresponding school year. So I I had taken this on and made some phone calls, contacted the school district and talked to Lori Porter. They got me in touch with a teacher that was working with Denny at Rose. And she told me that she wanted to she was all for it. And she talked about, she was passionate in talking about the benefits that it had done for the kids, not only teaching them the values that we can share, that we've learned in the military, that's just part of the military, and sharing these with the kids. And she said it's come up in papers that they, essays that they had to write, or projects that they had to do. So she said that she would even be willing to work with us on the curriculum. And she had a list of the books that Denny had read and things like that. But because the school district just opened, she's kind of busy right now. So we figure we'll work on it during the summer. And I contacted the school district again. And what they asked is that we would actually just call each principal, depending on the school that we wanted to work in. And then ask those principals if they had any teachers that wanted this for their students. And the thought is that we would probably start next school year instead of this school year, just because of the short time that we have. She did ask if there was somebody that could do Memorial Day. And I'm figuring that would be okay without the work plan being approved yet. Is that accurate?
The current work plan that you have goes through the end of June, so
Okay.
you're fine. Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. And so, so I volunteered to do that, but if somebody lives closer to Rose and wants to make that their permanent school, the next step is that I'm asking the commission, is there anybody that wants to step up and do this for the school that's closest to them, or any other particular school?
Yeah, I would do it for Randall.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Art.
Are the principals, have they been notified by the superintendent that this might happen?
It seemed like the superintendent didn't want to do that. She preferred that we contacted each school and see what the
Oh, okay.
principals wanted. So depending on
But the superintendent has okayed the program.
yes,
The superintendent, though, has okayed the general program. Okay.
yes, yeah, they said it was okay. So is there anybody else that would like to help out? And I'm figuring that maybe by next September it'll be in person. So I know that there was some concern about Zoom. So that won't be a concern.
I saw Commissioner Monzon moving his mouth. I don't know if you wanted to say something because.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. You have to unmute yourself, Commissioner. Now that your audio is working. Oop, not yet.
Okay. All right. Yes, so I'm near Milpitas High, so I could participate in that.
Okay, great. Great. Thank you. And anyone else? If you decide to do this, just can they give me a call or?
Yeah, so there's 10 elementary schools in Milpitas.
Right.
Some are clustered kind of close together, and then some are a little bit further apart. So we can send the list to the commission, and then they can sign up. What might be helpful too, and staff can assist, is in drafting an intro email for the commissioners to send to the principals, so we can get that contact information for all of you, and help you with that intro, and then you guys can continue the conversations with the principal on when and what class and things like that.
Okay.
So we can help with that, and then we have a lot of contacts of the district and can easily put together a list of the principals. So if anyone wants to sign up, they can. They could just reach out to you, Liliana, and then if we didn't have enough participants or volunteers from the commission to do every school in 1 year, you could rotate schools from year to year, so that or rotate schools between a Veterans Day and a Memorial Day, just so that we're spreading the wealth of all of your wisdom and knowledge and experience that you can share with the kids. So
Okay.
put a schedule together. We can work on that later as a commission, but
Okay.
for now, signing up is fine.
Okay. And as far as the curriculum, I know the teacher wanted to come up with something. Did other commissioners want to work on that curriculum? Do we need to create a subcommittee? Or I can work on it, whatever the commission wants.
Well, if you create a subcommittee, then they're all going to be noticed meetings. So
okay.
you have to get together like this. If you really want to work on it with the teacher, that's
fine.
That's totally fine.
Okay.
You can do that, and then provide that to the commissioners that are going to go back out to the schools.
Okay, sounds good. Then I'll do that and then bring it to the
Back to the
July,
group.
August
Mhm.
meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And let me see. And do we have to do anything with the city council, or that's part of the work plan and it's all good?
Nope, they approved your work plan and this is on it. So you guys are
Okay.
totally fine. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. So do we need to do a motion or anything, or that was just an information thing?
I think it's more just a discussion item. You've gotten a couple volunteers for some of the schools. We'll provide a list. Just maybe not everyone's aware of the elementary schools close to their home. And then if there's further volunteers, they can do that directly with you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so the next one is the virtual Memorial Day and Veterans Day 2021 overview. The background is in the Veterans Commission work plan. The Veterans Commission is assigned to supply input to city staff on the annual Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremonies. This year, due to the COVID-19, staff is preparing this year's events virtually, similar to Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremonies 2020. Recommendation, get feedback from the commission to finalize the Memorial Day program, generate themes and ideas for the Veterans Ceremony program, and communicate any requests for commissioners' outreach for guest speakers.
Right. So thank you, Chair. So we have our Community Engagement and Inclusion Administrator, Tegan McLean, here with us. She is overseeing special events right now. As you know, Dale Flanoy retired after 40 years with the city, and so his job duties have been passed on to Tegan, who's going to do a great job as well. So she's here to get your feedback and talk about Memorial Day and Veterans Day so we can be super prepared. So I'll turn it over to Tegan, and hopefully we can get some great feedback from you guys.
Great, thank you. It's nice to be here today. I just wanted to give you a quick look back at what we did in 2020 so that you can kind of have that thinking about what you might like for staff to help you pull together for 2021. So in Memorial Day 2020, we did our first virtual event, and that consisted of YouTube videos, including an introductory speech by the mayor. We had a performance of the national anthem. We had a keynote address. We had a performance of America the Beautiful, a Veterans Day remembrance of the Veterans Day, the Remembrance Chair. We explained the significance of that. And then we did a slideshow of the names of the fallen and invited residents to add people to the list as they wanted, people that they wanted to remember. I went back and took a quick look at how those videos did and how much viewing we got. We had 431 views of all the videos combined. The views that got the most were, of course, the mayor's introduction, the keynote speech, and the Remembrance Chair piece were the top ones for Memorial Day. We did something similar for Veterans Day. Last year, we did it had introductions by the chair of this commission. The mayor had a national anthem, had the veterans poem read by the mayor, a recognition video of various members of the community who have served in the military. We had a closing statement, and then we had a guest speaker as well. So it had a little bit less in terms of viewing than the Memorial Day, probably because Memorial Day was the first time we had done something like this. So, but we are anxious to hear what you're interested in having us put together for you for the coming year. We have already planned with the names of the column that we can continue to ask people to add to that list. And our assumption was that perhaps on Veterans Day, we would continue to add to the list of Milpitas veterans that we wanted to have that the public suggested, but all other things are kind of up for discussion.
Okay. On the keynote address, do we have somebody?
I personally think that we should probably keep pretty much the same venue since we're under the same restrictions with this COVID virus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see much reason for trying to deviate much from that at this point in time.
Definitely.
As far as the way that the event would work, the only thing that staff wanted to have you consider was the fact that we can now do videotaping out in front of the flags. We could do it in its normal location so that the videos looked more like what the ceremony traditionally looks like, as opposed to having everybody do their section, their speech or their song at home. So we could socially distance and film everything in Veterans Plaza if you wanted to.
Any comments? I personally like that idea. I don't know if anybody else does.
It's good to me.
Yeah.
I saw Bill's lips moving, but you want to unmute yourself, Bill, if you had a comment?
Thank you. The film out in the courtyard would be a great idea.
Okay. Any thoughts on a keynote speaker for Memorial Day? That is something that this commission is very helpful in making connections with. And then also, is there a theme that you would like for us to focus on? I think last year, I searched what some of the branches were doing, and at the federal level, what some of the themes were, and that's what we used for last year. But if there's anything this year that is something that's being discussed by our veterans groups, or topics that are being focused on, mental health, or just getting service information out, if there's any focus areas that we can help promote, I think that's important for us to know so that we can help develop that.
And when would you'd need to know it right now, or is this something we can email?
Well, for Memorial Day, we do need to know soon. It is April.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know what day it is, the 7th. So we do need to know fairly soon. For Veterans Day, we have some time, but we plan a year ahead in a normal world, and so we're trying to get back on track with that as the world returns to some semblance of normalcy. So you can email definitely, Tegan, if that's fine with you, if you have contacts for keynote speakers. As a group, though, it would be great to establish a theme. If you don't have one, that's fine. We can do similar research like we did last year and see what they're doing at the federal level.
Okay. Does anyone have any ideas? No. As far as the theme, would you mind doing that for Memorial Day? And we'll be more proactive for Veterans Day?
Yeah, we're always up for a good Google search. So that's it's fun to look around. But yes, we're happy to do that for Memorial Day. But do start thinking about Veterans Day.
Definitely.
The difference between the two, Memorial Day, we are, it's more somber. We're looking to acknowledge and remember the fallen. And then for Veterans Day, it really is a celebration of all the gifts that the veterans bring to the community and the nation and the world, and keeping those two things in mind. I think we do like the virtual veterans wall and the videos that we've produced, and we can build on that. And then maybe when we're back in person, some of those things can come to life in a different way. But I know this commission has been instrumental in bringing the bell ringing and some of those things that are significant. And you guys are in touch with that.
Okay.
You're the touchstone for us on what those details are to make it more poignant of a ceremony. So any ideas, send them to Tegan's way, send them to Lisa, either or both, even better. And then we'll put the ceremony together. And I think Tegan's idea to film at the plaza is a great idea, socially distanced, of course. So we may call on a few of you, if you're comfortable, to raise some flags, record a couple speeches here and there. So
okay,
that works.
And as far as the keynote speaker, unless somebody has a good a contact, I'm wondering if there's Mayor, is there a commander at the 129th or a senior NCO that would like to speak? Or I can always contact the wing too and ask for that.
Let me see. I know the mayor's on a couple meetings at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Yeah, we can ask the mayor to reach out too. I know you're affiliated, you're at Moffett, or you were at Moffett as well. So yeah, anyone.
Okay.
You guys have the best connections.
Okay.
We know some veterans in the community that you guys have better connections than we do. So
okay. Start making phone calls tomorrow. Okay. Will do.
Okay. Was there anything else, Tegan, that you needed from the group?
No, I don't think so. I'd be happy to hear if anybody wants to email any suggestions if something comes to mind later.
Okay. Great. Will do. Thank you, Tegan.
Thank you.
And thanks, Renee. Liaison reports. City Council.
Let's see. Mayor, you ready for your council report? Oop, unmute, sir.
So yeah, I'm here. Yeah, thank you. I just want to say welcome to our new commissioners. It's great to see our commission filled out. I have the sweetest place in my heart for our veterans, and I'm just humbled to be a part of this Veterans Commission and so many distinguished veterans. I'm just so proud of Milpitas, but definitely a big welcome to our newer members, and I'm just so proud that our city council continues to give all our support to our veteran community. So thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the applications come in for the Veteran of the Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Staff.
So the city, your city staff liaisons have been out in the community quite a bit. I don't know what Dale had shared before this, but we are working with the pandemic response. We've provided senior meals since, a number of them veterans as well. Since the pandemic, we did not shut down. I think we're at, last count was about 27,000 to-go meals that we've handed out since everyone went shelter in place last March 16th, I believe it was. We've expanded to delivery to some homebound seniors over at Terrace Gardens. So that is one of the largest food services that we've ever done, ever, and 200 new program members as well. So it's been quite an increase in use daily than we've ever seen. We've also continued to manage the logistics of a food distribution site in Milpitas through Second Harvest Food Bank and the school district that hands out over 1,000 food to over 1,000 households every first and third Saturday. 80% of those households are Milpitas residents, and over half of those are seniors. So that is also another big program that we're running. We've done testing sites, Recreation Community Services organized and managed a vaccination site last month, and gave some seniors and people in the first 2 tiers of vaccinations Johnson & Johnson shots. So we were pleased and proud to be able to offer that. We are starting to reopen with the orange tier along with a lot of other businesses. Lisa's been hard at work. She's mainly over at the sports center, but she opened pools last fall. So we have continued to try and help with the physical and mental well-being of our community members. So we've had some of those services at the sports center open. We're opening next week both of our fitness centers at the sports center and the senior center at a 25% capacity, which is allowed, so people can make appointments and start to get back in the centers. Programs, a lot of them are shifting outside for the youth and adults. A lot of virtual mental town halls that we've been putting on. People are under a lot of stress for a number of reasons, are struggling with depression. And so we've been responding to that with services and resources and specialized panels to help our residents get through this tough time. We've also been trying to do some normal things like these virtual events, which we've gotten quite a good response online. It's funny, some people are like, I don't want to go out on a cold, blistery night, but I will stay in and I'll watch videos, and I'll watch Lunar New Year on my computer or my screen. They'll take a drive by City Hall and see the lights. We lit up City Hall a couple times for some holidays. And then within that, those efforts, some great partnerships with the school district and other organizations to help get the word out and just keep people active and activated and connected during this downtime, basically, where most of us are at home all the time. So that's just a couple things that we've been up to. We are looking forward to a more normal summer than last year. So our summer guide will be coming out in a couple weeks. It's filled with things that you can do virtually and outdoors, some event information, some movies in the park, and some things like that that are now allowed. We'll be putting back out there to the community so they can connect again and have some fun. So that's it for us. Thank you for the time for the report.
Thank you. And thanks to everyone in the city doing all that hard work. And especially during a pandemic, things take longer to do. So thank you.
Thank you.
And helping our citizens. Okay. Future agenda items. Is this where we can suggest an agenda item? And I don't know if this is appropriate or if this is something the commission wants to talk about. As Commissioner Ebright had mentioned that at the last meeting, I joined Hope for the mental health suicide prevention, and they're interested in veterans information. I was wondering if we could put that on the agenda so that, because I want it to be more than my voice, I want to hear from everyone as to what we might want to put in there, if that's okay.
Sure, yep.
Okay.
By the way, one comment on that is I was just thinking that the veterans topic might be related to the suicides that we're seeing with the veterans.
Yeah. Good point.
That's a
Thank you.
Great comment. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. If there isn't anything else from anybody? Oh, yes, ma'am.
Just early in the agenda, so we'll add on putting more veteran resources on your city page. So
Okay.
we'll add that to the agenda. And then you'll also need to talk about your next fiscal year work plan, which technically runs July of 2021 through June of 2022.
Okay.
Everyone takes a break in July, so we don't meet. So we'll work on that in June with you and go over the tasks, projects, and ideas that you want to propose to council that you work on for the next year. So
Okay.
that'll be on there as well.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, I guess we can adjourn the meeting.
Yeah.
The next meeting will be June 2nd, 2021 at 5:30.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night, everyone. Thank you for your time and welcome to our new members.
Yeah, welcome to the new members, and thanks to the city staff for being here to support.
Always.
Lisa
All
and me.
right. Good night, everyone.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.